Good evening, sir.
Very good evening, Anurag. Very good evening, all.
Good evening, sir.
Good
Good evening, sir.
evening. Good evening, Shai Pranay. Good evening, Prashant. So, yes, guys, how are you? How are you all?
Fine, sir.
You all are fine? You all are doing well or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes? Okay. So, are you having any kind of problem? No, you should not have. Okay. Okay, guys. So, who will tell me what we were doing in the previous class of the English grammar? Does anyone remember what were we
Sir,
doing?
V1, V2, and V3.
Huh?
Sir, we were discussing about tenses.
We were discussing about the tenses. Okay. And I'm taking very detailed lecture for the tenses, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So have you
Sir,
anything on whatever we've discussed? How many tenses we have discussed till now? The present indefinite and the past indefinite, I think, right?
yes, sir.
Okay. So the next tense that we have today, what is the name of the tense? Like the indefinite we are talking about, right? Because we have the enough time. So that's why I'm taking out that after this English grammar class, just a second. Yes. Can you see me? Can you see me, guys?
Sir, will you share even lessons of footprints and
Oh,
first
sure.
step?
I'll teach you everything. I'll teach you everything. Okay, no worries. If we have the time, then whenever your exams will be approaching, then I'll teach you each and every chapter. No worries. Okay. Fine, Anurag, Prashant. Okay. And like if you face any doubt, na, like in the starting, or you want that, sir, please cover any chapter from this. Okay, then I'll be covering for that. Okay, no worries. Got it?
Sir, will you like say some chapter now?
You want to do some chapters?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So let's cover this topic today, and then we are going to start that. Okay. If you all want, then we can start. Okay. Because
Yes.
for the reader, after just covering the basically this class is for the English grammar, but additionally, if you need, then I will take your class. Okay.
Yes.
Got it? No worries for that. Okay. So we can start by yes. So basically, do you want that we should cover the complete chapter by reading, or I should tell you about the summary of that chapter, and then we can discuss about something very like important things? Huh?
Sir,
In which
sir, could do with summary, sir.
we should do with the summary. Okay, then we will start with the summary. Okay, then like in the last 10 minutes, I'll teach you one chapter. Okay, got it.
Yes, sir.
In the last 10 minutes, we will just, in this, the reading you will do at your home. Okay, the reading you will do it by yourself. Okay, and in this class, because in 40 minutes class, it is not possible to read the complete chapter and then explain you as well. Okay, so basically, I do not want that we should waste time on that. Okay, so I'll be covering all the important things, all the important themes of the chapter, all the important summary, and all the PYQs and the session, right? So we like this will be in the proper basically it will be more good for you, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Prashant. Prashant, why don't you have joined the Hindi grammar class yesterday?
Sir, basically, I am second language Telugu, sir, for me.
Okay, sorry. Okay, fine, no worries. You have the Telugu as a second language. Okay, got it. Okay, so let's start the English grammar today, right? So basically, if I'm talking about the English grammar, what we have covered, how many tenses? Present indefinite we have covered, and also we have covered the past indefinite as well. Okay, so we have seen in the present indefinite what is the helping verb we are using. See, so let's have a quick revision of all the tenses that we have covered. We have covered which tense? First of all, present indefinite tense we have covered, right? So present indefinite, right? Present is the tense, right? Means the how many tenses we have? We have only the three tenses. The first that we call present tense, right? Present tense, fine. If anything is happening in the present, then we call it the present tense, right? If anything happened in the past, so we call it the past tense. If anything is going to happen in the future, if anything will happen in future, so what we call it? Future tense, simple, and it is the state, right? It is the state of the tense. So present indefinite, basically, if I'm going to revise it, so basically, see, we have the two different rules. For the present indefinite and the past indefinite, we have the two different rules. For the affirmative, we have a different rule. And for the negative interrogatives, right? Negative interrogatives and the double interrogatives, we have the different rule. Okay. So basically, if I'm talking about the present indefinite, guys, see. Uh, like for the affirmative, I'm talking about. So what we use, subject and then verb and then object, right? Simple. Just remember that only. Okay. And for the verb, which form we use? V1, right? First form of the verb. Okay. First form of the verb we just use for the plural. We use for plural. Okay. We use for the plural subjects, right? Plural subject means what? Plural subject means what? Prashant? Prashant?
So yes, sir. So like he, she, it.
No, plural. I'm asking what the
Sir,
plural. See,
yes, sir.
if
I,
there is like,
I, he.
no, these are the singular. Plural means more than one. Plural means more than one. Okay. See,
They,
I'll tell
them.
you. For example, boys, girls. Okay. So these all are the plural subject. Now, if I'm talking about the pronouns, we, you,
They.
they. Okay. And also in the present indefinite only, we have an exception case, right? Generally, we consider I as the singular, but I is some kind of dogla person. Okay. So in the present indefinite, because it is the first tense, right? So he's thinking, okay, why I will go with this singular kind of persons? These are the poor people, but I am very rich, right? So he feels like that. So he goes to plural and say, sir, kindly include me with yourself. So we just include I in the plural. Okay. In that, you have to just use the V1 only. In these kind of, we have to use the V1. Okay, guys. Is this thing clear? V1 done. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And the second is the for the singular subject. For the singular subject, what we use? V1 and then S or ES. V1 and then S or ES, right? We use what? V1 and then S or ES. Okay. Okay. Then, see, boy, right? If there is boy, girl, child, right? Sun, right? Moon. All these are for the singular subjects. Talking about the pronouns, which comes into the singular, he, she, it, this, that. All these comes into the part of the singular. Okay, guys, is this thing clear? Is this thing clear? For example,
Sir.
the sun dash in the east.
Sets.
In the east.
Rises.
So basically what you have to use, rises. Rise is the V1, right? Rise is the V1. Rise is the V1. But I'm using what? S here. Okay? But I am using the S here. So this will be rises in the east, okay? Is this thing clear? Okay. You dash your work. So we have to use the verb here, do.
Two.
So basically what I can write, do, right?
Yes, sir.
Got it? Is this thing clear? Now in this I have not included the S or ES, but in this I have included the S. Okay? Is this thing clear now? This is about the present indefinite. Okay? Let's talk about the past indefinite. And also like in the negative, in the interrogative, we use what? Does not or do not, right? Do not, does not. Do not, does not. For the negative, we use do not, does not, right? For the helping verbs, right? We use what? Helping verbs. Helping verbs in the present indefinite, what we use? Do and do or does. Do or does. Okay, guys? Is this thing clear? Very clear. Do or does, right? Simple, very simple. Okay. What we use? Do or does. Simple. Do or does, right? For example, he, for the he, what we will use? Does, right? Since it is the es, right? Since always remember, does we use for the singular and do we use for what? Do we use for plural? For example, he does not He does not go there. He does not go there. See, but in the main verb, I do not have to do any kind of chhedkhani. Why? Because this main verb, right? This is the main verb, right? Because I've already used the es here. So in this, I do not have to use any kind of thing. Okay. Main verb will be simple, right? Go like this. For the negative interrogative, always remember the main verb will be simple. Only the V1. What I have to use? Only the V1. Whether it is the case of the singular, whether it is the case of the plural, right? Only students get confused in this present indefinite only. That's why I'm taking a separate lecture for this, right? That's why I'm taking again, right? That's why I'm teaching again. Okay. Ashwin, is this thing clear? Ashwin? Ashwin?
Yes, sir.
Is this thing clear?
Yes, sir.
Very nice. Okay. Ashwin, what's your full name? Ravi Chandran Ashwin. Is this your full name?
Ashwin Raj.
Ashwin Raj. Okay. Helping verbs. Do or does. Okay. Got it? Is this thing clear? Okay.
Where did you call?
No, Prashant. You were not in the class now? For example, do you come here? Do you come here? Do you come here? Okay, Prashant, any doubt in this? Prashant,
No, sir.
sure?
Yes.
Okay. Then we have discussed what? Past indefinite tense. Then we have discussed, which we have discussed? Past indefinite tense. In the past indefinite tense, what we use? Does anyone know in the past indefinite tense what we use? Huh? Basically, again the same thing, subject, verb, and the object for the affirmatives. Okay. But in this case, now verb that we're using, we use the second form of the verb, V2. Okay. For example, eat. What is the second form of verb?
Ate.
Ate. Third form?
Eaten.
Third form? Eaten. What is third form will be eaten. Okay. Arise. Arise.
Sir, arose.
Arose. Very good. Third form?
Sir, arose.
Third form. Third form. It's arisen. Arisen. Okay. What it in this way you use. Right? For example, she ate her apple. She ate her apple. Okay, so basically which form we are using here? The V2. Got it? And talking about the helping verbs, talking about the negatives and the interrogatives, so we use did not. Only there is only one verb for the singular and for the plural. Both of them, right? We just use only the one helping verb. There is only the one helping verb. One HV we have. What is that? Did. What is that? Did. Okay, what we have? Did. Clear, clear. Is this thing clear? Okay, we just have the one helping verb. For example, I did not go there. I did not go there. She did not complete her work. She did not complete. She did not complete her task. Okay. All these are the examples of the past indefinite. Got it? Past indefinite is very clear. I've done a quick revision of the present indefinite and the past indefinite. I hope this thing is very clear, guys, right? Sampath, Prashant, have you any doubt? Have you any doubt in this, Prashant?
No, sir.
No? Okay, then it's fine, right? Now let's talk about the future indefinite tense in the detail. We have already completed the past indefinite and the present indefinite. That's why I've just taken a quick review, right? Okay. Now let's talk about the future indefinite tense. So
Your voice is coming very low.
my voice is coming very low. Okay. Is it coming very fine now? Is it coming fine now? Is it coming fine, guys? Is it coming fine? Prashant, can you listen to me now?
Yes, sir. Sir, for me,
Ashwin,
it's all right, sir.
Sampath, Sampath, can you listen to me? Am I audible, Sampath? Sampath. My voice is coming low. Is it like that? Abhyun? Abhyun?
Yes, sir.
Am I audible properly?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Ashwin, I think you should rejoin. Then you are facing some issues in your network.
All right.
See, now if I'm talking about the future indefinite tense, right? So what is the future indefinite tense? We also call it what? Simple future tense. What we call? Simple future tense, right? So basically, future indefinite tense, like we are talking about the future. Simple, the name is suggesting what? Future, right? So means this is expressing what? That an action, whatever the action we are going to do, we will do it in future. We will do it in future. Means the action will happen where? When the action will happen? This will happen in the future. This will happen in future. Got it? Ashwin, is it coming fine now?
Yes, sir.
Ashwin,
A little bit more louder than before.
okay, now it is fine.
Yes.
Okay, fine. So what the future indefinite tense means? We are talking about the future. The actions will occur in the future. The actions which are going to happen in the future. So that's why we use it. That's why we use what? Future indefinite tense. Got it? Simple, clear, done. Okay. Okay. So yes. Now we have the, like, it's very simple. It is very simple. It is not like difficult like present indefinite and the past indefinite. In this case, we have to just use the will or shall for the affirmative as well, for the negative as well, for the interrogative as well, and for the double interrogatives as well. Okay. So we have to just use the will or shall as the helping verb. What we need to use? Will or shall only. Okay. Generally nowadays, shall was used in the, basically shall was used in the traditional, right? Shall was used in traditional English. Shall was used in traditional English, but nowadays we generally don't use it. Okay, where we use the shall? In the traditional English. Traditional English. Okay. We use shall where? In the traditional English. Okay. And also with which subjects? With I or we. Okay. But you are also expected to use only shall. In your English, you have to just use the shall. Okay. Because the examiner or the whoever he just checking the copies, no. So basically they just consider that the shall is used in the traditional English. So basically they are following the traditional English. Okay. Okay, so that's why we use the I or we with the shall. Okay, now like for now as we have to use the shall to be in the safe side. Okay, to be in the safer side, right? But whenever you are just writing an answer or you are just writing an article, okay, or writing some other thing, analytical paragraph, suppose you are writing a letter, right? Then you do not have to worry about. You can use whatever. You can use will or the shall. Okay, so basically the shall we have to use for the I and we with the traditional English, but generally we use what? Will. In the modern English, we use just the will only. We use in modern English, okay? Okay, guys, is this thing very clear? Is this thing very clear? Just tell me. Yes, Prashant, sure. Yes, Prashant, you have raised your hand. Can you please speak now?
Sir, actually, you said last 15 minutes you would say a lesson.
Huh? You say lesson?
Sir, you said that you will teach a lesson from first flight or footprints, sir, in last 15 minutes.
Footprints without feet, you just want to... Okay, I'll just provide you the quick summary of that in the last 10 minutes, okay? Okay, Prashant, don't worry.
Yes, sir.
Which chapter you need to study? Everyone just tell me which chapter you need to study from the first flight or the footprints without feet. Kindly tell me everyone, Anurag.
Sir, letter to God.
A letter to
Related to
God.
God.
Okay, fine. A letter to God. Okay, we will do the letter to God. Okay, no worries. Fine, guys. So let's study the future indefinite tense now. Then like just like only when the 10 minutes will left now, I will just cover that top chapter. Okay, within 10 minutes only. Got it? Okay, fine, guys. No worries for anything. Okay, just be calm, just be chill. Okay, have some hard work. Okay, otherwise you will face some difficult situations in your exam. Okay, that's why just do hard work now. You have the enough time. See, we have the enough time, and you have started very early. That's very fine thing. Okay, and like at this time, the one who starts early, right? So basically, you have to maintain the consistency. In the starting, the consistency is very high, but like whenever we are reaching into the uh basically in the middle, right? Then the consistency is broken. But we don't need to do that, okay? Like what the schedule you all are following? A kind of schedule. Have you made any kind of schedule? Okay. I was just
Yes,
thinking,
sir.
like,
I
uh,
had
see,
made my schedule.
give you one suggestion. You have to cover NCRT mathematics first of all, at least till June or till July or August. Complete it. NCRT, just complete. Okay, at least 2 to 3 times you have to do the NCRT mathematics. Got it? Then just go for the PYQs. Then go for the PYQs, right? So if you have the enough time, then you can just dedicate more to the English and the sorry, mathematics and the science, right? So in the basically science, the difficult chapters are what? Carbon and compound. Okay. In the chemistry, this is just one. So in the last, carbon and compounds. Okay. So you can just go with those chapters. Okay. You have to focus more on those chapters. Got it? Got it? You are getting? Okay.
Yes, sir.
This was some kind of extra knowledge that I have then that I'm sharing with you. Okay, let's back to the topic. I'll share this extra knowledge in some extra session. Okay. So basically, in the affirmative sentence, what we are going to use, first of all, we will use the subject, right? Everybody knows what we will use. The sentence will start with the subject only. And then we have to use I told you what? Then we have to use will or shall. Then we have to use what? Will or shall. Also the base form of the verb. Base form means we have to use the V1. Which one? V1. Okay. Verb, the first form of the verb. Then the object. Simple. There is no second form. There is no third form in the future indefinite tense. Future indefinite is always very simple. So, and will always very simple as well. Got it? So V1. We have to use what? V1, right? Only in every case we have to use V1. And we have to use will and shall, whether it is affirmative, negative, or the interrogative. For example, I will eat dinner at 8 p.m. They will play cricket tomorrow. Okay. Got it? Now, what is this? There is something written in the notes as well, in the note as well. Shall is traditionally used with I and we, but in modern uses, will is used commonly used with all the subjects, right? I and we use the shall and will is used for all the subject except I and we. Will is used for all the subject except I and we, right? But we have to follow the traditional English only, got it? Like you can just, whenever you're just doing the creative writing session, whenever you're just doing the writing section, then you can use any, it doesn't matter. Okay. But generally we have to use the shall for the I and we and will for other subjects. Got it? Negative sentence, again simple. Subject, then will or shall, and then not, and then the base form of the verb. Base form of the verb again, we have to use the V1 here, and then the object. Got it? Is kindly note it down as well, guys. Also, just make the short notes. You can just make the short notes, okay? For example, she will not go to school today. We shall not attend the meeting. That's why I've used we shall with the we with the shall. Okay, because I'm in the traditional, right? I'm a traditional boy. That's why I'm using the shall. Got it? Is this thing clear? So that's why we have to use the shall. But the uses of the shall, the use of the shall is completely disappeared from the modern English. It is just about modern. Like shall we just use for the compulsion. Whenever there is a need, whenever there is the something that you have to do, that I shall go to school, right? Means I'm using what? With I and we, I have to use the compulsion, right? I'm showing the compulsion with the shall. Okay. We will just use the, shall in the models as well. We will also use in the models as well, right? So shall we use in the model for the compulsion, whenever there is a need, whenever there is a compulsion. So then we use the shall. Got it? Is this thing clear? Very clear? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anurag, you should kindly respond. Just one person should be there to respond. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So now if I'm talking about the interrogative sentence, simple. Interrogative sentence, there is the will shall, then the subject will be there, then the base form means the V1, and then the object we have. And also we will use the question word, okay? Simple guys, simple. But like, you know, the difficulty that comes in the interrogative negative. So you can just write in the interrogative negative. What we do generally, we will just use not after the subject, not after the subject, not after the subject. Always use, like I will write here, okay? In the, you can just write interrogative negative. Interrogative.
Um, uh, Sir, is the whole WH family coming into form a interrogative sentence?
Just like for the WH family, you can just add WH here, WH words here. See, WH, then will shall, subject plus base from the WH words.
Sir,
WH.
all WH family words are supplementary.
See, basically all WH, okay? But if there is the how much, how many, or the which, okay, with these WH words, we have to use the noun as well, right? The noun will be attached to it, means the subject will be attached to it. Then we just need to write about the verb only. Okay, got it? Okay,
Yes.
fine. Sometimes the subject is there and sometimes the subject is not there. Okay, it generally happens, right? For example, which shirt, right? Which shirt will you buy? Which shirt will you buy? So you can see from here. I've used the noun, the object that I've used with it, right? With the which I've used the noun shirt. Okay, got it? In this way we need to do it. Got it? Okay. See, sometimes it happens now that after this WH, the which, right? You know, which, how many, or how much. After this, there will be, and also there is also whose, right? So basically is this, right? That, okay. How many teams? How many teams? How many teams will play today? So you can see from here, see the teams I've just used with the how many. So there is no subject, will play today. After this, there is no subject, okay? So these are the some exception case, right? Just you have to remember for this, these are the, generally we use it. Like, you know, it is the similar to right? I can use the did here as well. I can just use the do here as well, okay? Simple. But if I will use the did, so I have to use will play just did play yesterday, right? If I'm using the did here, so what I need to write, did play, then this today will be converted into the yesterday. Okay, got it? Then I do not need to write the today. Got it? Okay, is this thing clear? Is this thing very clear? Okay. Now see, for the negative interrogative, what is there? What is the rule? First of all, will shall or the WH words, WH plus will or shall, WH plus will or shall. Okay, then we need to write about the subject plus subject will be there. Then base form of the verb, verb again, V1. Okay, but if it is negative, if it is negative now, then we have to use the not here. After subject, we have to use what? Not. Okay, and then we have to use V1 and then object. Got it? And also there is the question. Got it? In this way, we need to write for the negative interrogative. For example, if this like this, so how will you use in the negative interrogative? Shall we not start the project? Shall we not start the project? Shall we not start the project? Right, simple, done. Shall is there, we is there. After we have used some not here. Okay, is this thing clear? These are the some uses to express a future action. I will call you later, right? We just call now, we just say, just to just to basically postpone a kind of thing, right? So I will call you later. I will call you later for promise. If I'm making a promise, he will never leave you. I will never leave you, right? I shall never leave you. Basically, I am using the will, right? That's why I'm using the will here. Modern English, we just use the will. Okay. For offers or the suggestions, shall I open the window? Shall. See, for offers or the suggestions, always use the shall, right? Shall I open the window? Because I'm using the I or we here now. Because who will give the offer? I will give the offer, right? I will give the offer. That's why I have to use shall here. For example, shall I open the window? Okay. Like, shall we go for a coffee? That is also like offer or the suggestions, got it? For predictions without evidence, it will rain tomorrow. I'm just saying something, right? RCB will won. RCB will win the cup this year. Okay. So I'm again making a prediction without evidence. Got it? For spontaneous decisions, I'll help with your bags. I will help with your bags. Some kind of spontaneous decisions coming out from my mind, coming out from my heart that I shall help you. Right? Like that. For spontaneous decisions, we have to use. Got it? Ashwin? Ashwin, is this thing clear? Comment an
Yes, sir.
expression. Tomorrow, next week, soon, in a few minutes, tonight, later. What? These are the some common expressions. You can just find out that this is the present and different. She will sing a song. She will not sing a song. Will she sing a song? Done. Okay, tell me about the complete the sentence with the future indefinite. Fast, tell me.
I will
I will, simple. I will go to the market. I will go to the market. For this,
watch.
they will not watch. They will not watch, no? They will not watch. Okay.
And I thought it was an option. That's
Okay, but now we have to use the for the traditional English. If anyone is telling you for the traditional English, then shall is there. Okay. See, what have to use here? Will you
um,
come
Will
to
you
the
come to the party?
will you come to the party? Okay, done. Is this thing done? Okay, guys. So on your demand, let's open the which. What we're going to do next. Is this thing the future indefinite is very clear, guys? Is this thing very clear? Tell me fast. Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes, is
sir.
it? Okay,
Yes, sir.
just
Yes, sir.
open the PDF of that. Got it? Margdarshan.
So we could do the thieves
Huh? Footprint. First flight, no?
the thief story lesson.
Yes, I'm going to teach you. Just give me only 1 minute, okay? Within 5 minutes, we will be able to complete. Yes. This is the footprint. So that. Yes. And okay.
So let's do the thief story lesson, sir.
Huh? Is my screen visible, guys? Is my screen visible? Is it visible?
yes, sir.
Okay, guys. So let's finish the a letter to God today, okay? So who has written the a letter to God? Who has written a letter? Who is the writer of it? GL Fluentis, right? Got it? So what happened in this? In the letter to God, this is a very interesting chapter, right? See, this is showing the faith. This is showing someone's faith in the God, right? And also it is showing the same another part of that how the another person is respecting the faith of the another person, of some other stranger, right? So this is a very interesting chapter. So what is going to happen in this chapter? First of all, there is a hardworking farmer in this. What is the name of the hardworking farmer?
Lencho.
Lencho. Lencho.
Then
Okay. Just it is Lencho only. Okay, guys. Yes. Okay. So you can't repeat that name. So that is the Lencho. Lencho. Lencho is the hardworking farmer. He is a very hardworking farmer. Okay. So basically, if there is a farmer, so we can just see the farming. If you just like if you're related to the some kind of agriculture, right? If you have some roots in the agriculture, right? So you can just ask, right? So basically, farming is just like a prediction. Okay. Means like the farmers do not know that will the crop that they are the crop that is the in the fields, right? It will grow properly or not, right? Because there are some kind of the misfortunes. Okay. For example, some kind of calamities are there. Okay. The similar thing is happening here. So it is just showing the another side of agriculture as well. The agriculture, which is the backbone of any nation, right? So basically, this is showing that how they are so much hardworking, right? And also how they are basically, if there is a person who is very hardworking, how he is kind, right? And how he has so faith in the God. So it is just showing out, right? So basically, Lancho was a hardworking farmer. Like, he used to live with his family in a small house in a valley. Okay. But there was a valley, and on that valley, there was a small house in which he used to live with his family. Okay. Done. After that, see what happened after that. So in those part, right? So basically, the irrigation, right? Agriculture requires irrigation, right? Farming requires irrigation, but only for that, like those who do not have proper kind of, at that time there were not that much proper facilities that they have the tool or kind of something, right? Or they have not the pump facilities, okay, to irrigate their fields. So basically, at that time, people generally depend on the rain to irrigate their fields, right? To irrigate their field, to water his crops, right? To water their crops. Got it? So basically, what happened? The rain arrived, right? It arrived, and he became very happy, right? Everyone was just like, "Oh my God, rain is there." Okay, but but he was not aware about the thing that is going to happen in the future. That is going to happen in the next one, in the next. So what happened in the next? That the rain turned into the hailstorm. The rain turned into the hailstorm, right? And right, this hailstorm, this destroyed everything. All his crops, everything has been destroyed. The family, which was only dependent on this agriculture, the family, which was only dependent on this, on his fields, on this crop, that by this crop, they can just earn their livelihood as well. They can just eat something, right? Because they are dependent on that only. And they do not have any kind of money because, they are basically, it is showing that, he is some kind of very poor as well, right? Like farmers are generally farmers basically, they do very, very hard work, but they do not basically earn that much money, right? So it happens, right? But after that, since those kind of persons, after the loss as well, they have such kind of patience that they can, they are just dependent upon the God, right? That the God is there. The God is there. The one who has created this universe, the one who has created this universe, he can only help, right? After this, he can only help. Because sometimes, it also happens with us, right? When we lost everything, then we go to the God, that now God can help. No one can help. Like, if you will not get help from your person, like, from any kind of other person, right? So everything, like everyone will leave you, but like after that, you have only the one hope in your mind, right? That the God is there. Everyone say that there is God. So the Lancho has also very kind of a strong faith, such a kind of strong faith in the God, that basically he, but he was, like he can just, he was not that much educated, but he can manage to write a letter, right? He can manage. He was just like, he know that how to write a letter. So that's why what he did. That's why what he did, he wrote a letter to God. This was the letter to God. That's why the name is the chapter of the letter to God. So letter he's writing, that it will be like, he was just thinking out that this is the post office, right? These are the postmans. And like if they are basically, if they are carrying message for everyone, so they will carry my message to the God as well. And God lives some kind of here and there, right? So they will just carry my message to God. Okay. And in that, whatever what he is demanding, he's just demanding the 100 pesos. How many pesos he's demanding? Pesos is a kind of currency that is used there. 100 pesos he is demanding, okay? And why he is demanding 100 pesos only? Why he is not demanding very much, like, if God can give anything, right? Like amount of, if there is God, right? If there is God, so basically God has the complete power of the universe, right? But he is very honest as well. It is showing his honesty as well. That he just want 100 pesos to replant his crops. He just want that want nothing. That he want that he will replant this crop again. He's not demanding any kind of money so that he can just feed his family. He is saying that I am hardworking, I am honest, I will replant my crop. Okay. And then he addressed the letter to God and he dropped it into the post office. Then he dropped where? He dropped into the post office. Got it? But after that, this letter was reached to the postmaster. The postmaster, first of all, he was amused, right? He just laughed. What kind of person he is? He had just written the letter to God, like he doesn't know that God is only basically the God is omnipresent, right? But like the God is not a person. God does not like have any kind of we do not know that where he lives, because he's at, like, it is a kind of a strong belief now. So basically, first of all, he was amused, right? He laughed. But after that, what he did? Just that because he has not seen this kind of faith in anyone and any of the persons in this, what we call it, Kali Yuga, right? But this is not mentioned in your book, that Kali Yuga is not mentioned. I'm just telling you, okay? So basically, he has not seen this kind of faith in this kind of word, in the word, right? Where when everyone is just using the other person in this kind of word, the such kind of faith, he was just completely shaken. What a faith, man. So what he did? He collected donations from his colleagues as well. He just collected some money, right? So that he can just give to that farmer, right? To that lancer. Okay. But see, like the postmaster has not that much salary, right? But then he just managed to send how many pesos? Then he just managed to send the 70 pesos of the full amount, right? Lancho on receiving the money, right? But he know that Lencho was very sure that if God will read my letter, then he will just send me the 100 pesos. He was just thinking out like that. God is going to send me the 100 pesos, right? He was just thinking out right like that. But what he received? He received only the 70 pesos. Then what he thought, that this is the bunch of crooks, right? This is the bunch of that the corruption is at its peak. The post office workers, they have just taken out his money, taken out the 30 pesos that the God has sent, right? And then he sent, then what he did? Then he has wrote a letter again. Right? Why he was writing the letter again? Right? Why he was writing the
Because he
letter
had
again?
a complete faith in God.
Because he
Sir,
had a,
to send his other pesos.
like he was also like saying that also send me the remaining money. 30 pesos or less in it, right? So, and also like he was also calling the postal workers as the bunch of crooks. That this is a bunch of crooks. Corrupted people are there. Okay. So what are the lessons we have learned from here? That
Sir,
unwavering.
Lencho can think now, sir, that how could God can give me money? It might be done by someone.
How God can give me money?
It must be done by someone.
No, basically, Lancho was thinking out that there is a God, right? There is a person. God is like a person and he will just send his money to him. Okay, Lancho was such kind of faith. Okay. Yes, Ashwin.
Sir, there is a frequently asked question that why was Lencho called the ox of a man?
Called the
Like,
ox of man. Because he was so much hardworking. Because he was very hardworking. And also like he was basically what he was doing, right? After this, when his whole crops was destroyed, he was just thinking out that I will replant this crop. I will replant, right? I will replant the crop. That's why he's just demanding is only that money. Okay. So what are the lessons we have learned from here? That if you have the faith, then it can bring you the unexpected, like it can help you in the unexpected ways, right? But appreciation is equally important, right? When you receive something, then you should appreciate it. Got it? You should not complain, right? Sometimes we receive some kind of things in a very not that much that we are demanding, right? But we should appreciate. Okay. Okay, no worries, fine. So Lencho, character qualities, Lencho. Who is Lencho? Strong believer, simple-minded, and persistent, right? He is persistent. Postmaster, he was kind-hearted, he was understanding, he was charitable. Got it? Okay, so these are the some character qualities that you can remember, that he was a strong believer, simple-minded, and persistent. These are the simple keywords that you can remember for your exams, right? For your basically, so that you can just remember everything. Got it? So I'll share you with this PDF as well so that you can remember. Okay. Okay, guys. So let's keep this class till here. Okay.
Yes. So what might be postmaster reaction after seeing the second letter of letter?
Huh?
What might be postmaster reaction by seeing the second letter?
What you are asking, Prashant? I can't listen to you.
So I'm just saying that if, what might be the postmaster reaction by seeing the second letter?
It is not mentioned in the chapter, but yes, we can just think about it. What will be the postmaster reaction, right? You were just thinking that this person has the like this kind of faith, like he's calling us the bunch of, he must be laughed or not. Like he's a very understanding person. That he knows what he knows. That just like if he had collected the donations, so he knows about it, right? So he's very understanding person. So what was the reaction of it? What was the reaction of his, right? Basically he was just laughing, like he must be laughing after that, right? And also like he must be thinking like that, right? But after that it is not possible to give him the 30 pieces more. Maybe he could give him, maybe he could give him, right? Basically it is a kind of the story, right? Okay. Okay, Prashant, maybe he could give in, I don't
Yes,
know.
sir.
Okay, so that's all for today. Let's keep this class for now only. Okay. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you very much. Thank you, Prashant. Thank you, Sampath, everyone. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care. Should I
Bye,
end the
sir.
meeting? Prashant, should I end the
Yes.
meeting? Okay, bye bye. Take care.